Rachel Reeves is a disaster, and Keir Starmer's leadership is completely shambolic. The other day, I attended Prime Minister's Questions, PMQs, and I finally understood why they call it that. Because it's just questions with no real answers. Ministers dodge every serious inquiry, avoiding accountability at all costs. A few weeks ago, from that very dispatch box, the Minister for Rural Affairs claimed that a farmer had personally congratulated him on introducing the inheritance tax. Now, unless that farmer was growing cannabis, I find that hard to believe, especially considering that just yesterday, 10,000 furious farmers took to the streets in mass protests against these disastrous policies. But that's just the beginning. Keir Starmer, the leader of the Labour Party, is now caught up in serious legal trouble. Reports are emerging that he is being dragged into a potential court battle for allegedly covering up the scandalous actions of none other than Rachel Reeves, the UK's Chancellor of the Exchequer. This is a political bombshell that could shake the very foundations of the Labour Party. What exactly is Starmer accused of hiding? What did Rachel Reeves do that is so damning? Could this scandal bring down not just Reeves, but Starmer himself? Labour's reckless decisions are putting Britain's future at risk. Their attack on farmers through unfair inheritance taxes is threatening food security. Their £22 billion net zero policies are creating economic instability. Energy policies designed to combat climate change are instead making life more expensive for working people, all while Labour's so-called carbon capture plans are proving to be a financial con. Education is under fire too. Instead of improving accessibility, Labour is targeting private schools in a way that makes them even more elitist. Pensioners are suffering as well. Labour's own reports suggest that if the fuel allowance is scrapped, 4,000 elderly people could die due to unaffordable heating costs. And let's not forget the national insurance raid on the self-employed, a policy that punishes hard-working Britons trying to run their own businesses. For months, whispers have been circulating about Rachel Reeves being involved in highly questionable financial activities. Allegations include mismanagement of government funds, secretive backroom deals, and even outright deception. But here's where things take a shocking turn. Keir Starmer, the man who portrays himself as a leader of integrity, may have been actively working to cover up these scandals. Reports suggest that key documents related to Reeves' actions have mysteriously disappeared. Whistleblowers who tried to speak out were allegedly pressured into silence, and internal investigations were blocked at every turn. But now, the truth is starting to come out. The legal case against Starmer is building fast, with new evidence emerging that directly ties him to efforts to protect Reeves from accountability. Legal experts are now saying that if this case moves forward, Starmer could be forced to testify under oath about what he knew and when he knew it. Imagine the scene: Keir Starmer, standing in a courtroom, being grilled over his role in a massive cover-up. If he lies, he faces perjury charges. If he tells the truth, his political career could collapse overnight. And the worst part? This scandal is only getting bigger. More witnesses are coming forward. More documents are being uncovered. The pressure on Labour's leadership is reaching a breaking point. The political fallout is already devastating. Labour supporters who once believed in Starmer's promises of honesty and transparency are now feeling utterly betrayed. Opposition parties are demanding full accountability, with some even calling for resignations. The Conservative Party is branding this one of the biggest Labour scandals in years, while even Labour insiders are panicking, fearing that this controversy could cost them the next election. Social media is on fire with outrage. Voters are saying Starmer was supposed to clean up politics, not get dragged into a cover-up scandal. The demands for answers are growing louder by the day. Right now, Starmer and his team are scrambling to contain the damage. Carefully crafted statements are being prepared, press releases are being fine-tuned, and behind closed doors, panic is setting in. But will that be enough? Because once the legal system gets involved, there's nowhere left to hide. If this case goes to court, we could be witnessing one of the most explosive political trials in modern UK history. If Starmer is found guilty of covering up Reeves' actions, his career is finished. Labour's credibility will take a massive hit, and the party's future will be left in complete uncertainty. This is a defining moment, not just for Starmer, not just for Reeves, but for the entire Labour Party.
What do you think?
Is Keir Starmer guilty of covering up Rachel Reeves' scandalous actions? Should he be held accountable, or is this being blown out of proportion? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more political updates on Britain Exposed.